As far as investing in real estate, if you want to do something passive, I talked about storage in another building, but I think that hotels are also a really good idea. Hotels, motels, things where you can have people, come in and go out, little, turn over stuff. I do remember that a lot of people, what they did is they had their house or their apartment, and then what they did is they kind of subdivided their personal residence into different areas and did the whole Airbnb thing. That's cool. You don't have as much control, that's fine. Airbnb is cool, and that's great. You can do your Airbnb in your room as long as you feel comfortable with what you're doing. You're sharing a whole space with different strangers. It's not like it's walled off. So especially if you're in a condo where there's only one entrance, you got to have your people come in, everybody come in, and and go from there. So it's very important that you understand what you're getting into. Whereas if you have a house, you might have multiple entrances. So a house is a little closer to a motel or a hotel than like doing a condo where you have like the rooms, and you're subleasing the rooms. But with a house, you can have different entrances. You can have the back entrance, the balcony entrance, the front entrance, the side entrance, and then you can kind of partition that off, and have people come in and do their thing. So that's cool too. Now, when we're moving on to like a motel, motels are pretty cool because when you get into a motel situation, right, what happens is you have like this area in the motel. This is how I usually see it set up. You have this area in the motel where you live, and it's almost like an apartment or a house, and then you have these little studio units all around it. And if you look at the architectural drawing, it kind of looks like a battleship. So that's pretty interesting. So that's cool. With a motel, you have your office, which is normally next to the kitchen on the inside. You have your little studios all over the building, and people come in and they can stay for a few hours if you're doing that, if you're into that, or they could stay for a night or whatever. And if for any reason anybody's not paying, or they don't pay for the day or whatever, then you can just go ahead and have your cleaning lady go in there and evict them, or you just call the police and they'll come and take them out. So you don't have to worry about evictions. Same thing with a hotel. A hotel is a nice big building, maybe with multiple floors or pretty big development. There's a little office area where you do your business, or you have your employees do your business, and then you've got people that are coming in and out, and you never have any issues with evictions. And if anything ever goes too wrong, you can always have the police come over and just take them out. So that's why I like hotels and motels, more than long-term family housing, like renting out a whole apartment for months at a time, or renting out a property house for months at a time. I feel that property values are going to drop because a lot of investors like me that have held properties for the long term are going to understand that, especially with this rent moratorium thing, that it is a possibility that the government can come in and tell all of your tenants that they don't have to pay rent, and that'll completely diminish your motivation for buying any rental property. And there are people who have been born and raised and lived their entire life thinking that owning rental property is like the best idea. And now we're in a situation where it's not such a good idea. Because again, the government could just come in and just ruin what you've built your entire life, just like that. Same thing with the money printing thing. It's ridiculous. So you got to be careful with what you're doing. You got to always think about the worst case scenarios and go from there. So this is my video on why I think getting into hotels and short-term leasing is a good idea. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Also, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you soon. All right, take care.